I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
Let me go turn these notifications off. There we go.
Kickback, JB, what's the name of the podcast?
It's a pod named Kickback. A pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
You say the whole thing. Welcome. There she is.
What's up, y'all?
Girl.
Hey, Britt.
Hey,
I'm glad you met. How you feel?
my voice is gone. I'm
hear
good.
it.
I'm good though. How are y'all?
We're good. We're not gonna let you use your voice too much. You ain't got to elaborate too much today.
Well, this is what we're gonna do because this is the Brit Brett episode, so we're gonna do it like this. Let's start off with our high and low. I already know what yours is. We're gonna throw it straight to you, Brittany. High and low of the week.
So of course my high was, it's kind of both high and low, was I guess the low would be kind of leading up to the event. Because when I say everything that could have possibly went wrong, leading up to the pre-launch and my pre-birthday celebration. But I feel like the people, the energy, I mean, just the love, the support, everything just made it so worthwhile. Like, even though in the back of my mind, there's so many things that I'm like, about, I've been getting so much love, such an outpour of, we had an amazing time. So, I will say that it was kind of a lesson for me that even though things are not perfect, they can still be excellent. And so I'm just trying to be in that space and just receive the love, because ultimately, you know, the event was for what it was for, and everybody had a really good time, including myself. So that was my high and low for the week.
Yeah. Now, did you want to give more detail about what was going on? The good parts, the good stuff.
I mean, it's just the pre-launch of my YouTube, I would say, series on my YouTube channel called Gems and Tips with Sade.
Y'all check it out when it comes.
Yes, I will be. I actually officially kind of launched the sneak peek today. I'll be posting more about it, pushing it this week, and then the first episode will officially be the day after my birthday. So I'm really excited about it, and I appreciate, of course, the kickbackers came through and showed me so much love, and so I love you guys. Randy, he's probably traveling or either enjoying his Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Drinko.
Cinco de Drinko. But even Randy flew in. It was just an amazing time, and I appreciate y'all so much.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you for having us. Yeah, I had a ball. That bartender, I don't know what her agenda was, but she made sure. Brittany, you seen the pictures when I was asleep in the kids' swing thing and all that?
What is going on?
It was crazy. Man, I was asleep all damn day today. But before I tell y'all about that, I will say it was a great event. I love the space. It was grown and sexy. It was good energy. It was a good vibe. Everybody in there was there to support you. Got a chance to meet your parents. Talk to your father, talk to your mama. I was like, yeah. Did a good job. You did a good job. And your sister, I got to see the boo.
Yeah.
And it was just, and some of your friends that I met before, like Jazz or whatever. But it was real good, man. It was a lot of good energy. I love when a room is filled with good energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can be in a room and it's kind of like, these motherfuckers. But I don't know how many people knew each other, but it just felt like everybody was cool. Everybody was getting along. Everybody was laughing and joking. I love being in that kind of environment. The food was good. The brunch. The bartender, like I said, I don't know what her agenda was.
I made you a secret plate.
I had to drink. Look, I had to drink though.
Oh, double fisted. And
Right.
we got pictures. Oh yeah, we got pictures. The pictures will be out Monday. So if you watching this and listening to this on Monday morning, the pictures are already up, at least on my page. So by Monday, I will have about 20 pictures and videos of the event, including Miss B. Sade's entrance. Walked in like a damn rock star. Oh, look at Red.
Right. Didn't need no music. That's right.
Nope.
Didn't need no music.
Nope.
I feel like where was the music? But I appreciate y'all so
What song would it have been?
You know, it didn't even matter.
She had the song. When she walked in, the song played.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I told Carrie Hilton that. She was like, some of these songs are a vibe. I was like, no, ma'am, you are the vibe. It's you, Carrie. So that was probably this whole weekend was probably my high of the week. Definitely loved your event. Left there, went and kicked it with the crew. It was a good sales week. Usually, you know, party and all this, something suffers. Nothing really suffered this week. So that's my highlight. Everything was kind of good. Like there was no do this good, that falls off. It was none of that shit. Everything was good. I don't have a low, except I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real transparent. I'm in my pajamas. I've been in bed all day. Literally in my pajamas. I'm in my pajamas. I am not dressed. Y'all are getting bed head. This is bed head. I didn't and hey, I got my recovery drink and my bed head, and I ain't doing shit else. So
I love it.
Jackie, I'm gonna throw it to you.
My high, of course, was the event. It was well put together, beautiful space, and just how you handled everything. I mean, the energy was amazing, and that's how you know it's an amazing event, no matter what happened behind the scene. And even when that happened behind the scenes, you still handled yourself very well. So I commend you for that. And it was just beautiful for a Black woman to put all that together, bring all those beautiful people together you just created a whole vibe with your event. So I think that you just need to look at that. And you brought so many beautiful people together. Everybody had a good time. And we were there for you. So no matter what happened, the love was there, no matter what.
That is so true.
Facts. And I know what song you should have came out to.
I see dead people.
Why can't I feel like I don't hear it? Y'all can hear it?
Yeah, we can.
But man, speaking of Kendrick, man, let's
Let's get
funny?
into it.
This is the funny part because every topic has a intro, right? You know what the intro to the viral story of the week is?
My left stroke just went viral.
Kendrick himself.
Yes.
And that's where we are right now. Oh, I gotta shout out AJ. He said you ladies are stunning. Black girls rock. Stop flirting with my co-host, AJ. But
Thank you.
Man, I don't know where to begin with this. What was it, Friday night? I got a message. My bat phone rang, said the boy is dropping tonight. I was like, tonight? Tonight? Like the boy is dropping.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Well, he better do something because Kendrick up in his ass, so he paused, but he better do something. He dropped Family Matters with a video. And at that point, I said, I immediately went to TikTok and everywhere and said it's over. Drake has now won the battle. There's nothing Kendrick can say unless Kendrick says, here's a secret. Sexy Red and Drake are actually the same person. They got you food. I thought that would be something crazy and controversial. But other than that, it's over. You know, you got allegations of beating your wife. Like you're the pro-black dude, but you beating up women? Oh, Drake just killed you, dog. It's over.
But
Where are the receipts?
Where are the receipts?
I mean, where are the receipts that Drake's a pedophile? There are no receipts.
There are receipts.
People just, no, there's no receipts. There's
You can see.
absolutely no receipt that
No, there's
says
been
Drake is a
videos.
pedophile.
No, there's been videos where there've been underage girls on stage, and he's talking. Yes, you must have
There's
missed
no
stuff.
receipt of Drake being a pedophile.
Okay.
He would
Walk
be
like
in
a duck.
jail if he was.
Walk
There's
like
no
a duck.
receipt.
Talk like a duck. It's a duck.
But there's no receipt. And that's my point. But I think people believe.
I go off the energy, so I see how he acts around them young girls. That's enough for me.
They go off energy, but that's not a receipt. I hear you, but I think like since my favorite was Kendrick to start, and then Cole kind of took over the last couple of years. In this battle, I don't really have a favorite or an agenda. I just want to see who gonna win. This whole time I've been saying Kendrick kicking Drake ass. Not that I don't like Drake, but that's just how I called it. Family Matters, I think, kick Kendrick's ass. Put Kendrick on the mat. Family Matters is, I think, the best song that came out of this whole battle. I think Drake destroyed Kendrick with that shit.
I disagree.
And then 5 minutes later,
you change your mind.
Kendrick said, "Did you say no? Well, you talking to me? You talking to Kung Fu Kenny?" And this motherfucker dropped Meet the Grams. Yeah. Now, before I go into that, I want to get you guys' initial thoughts on Family Matters leading up to when you heard Meet the Grams. And then I got a controversial take about Meet the Grams. So I want to get what y'all think first. So we're going to go Family Matters, Meet the Grams. We'll let the star of the hour, Miss Brittani Sade, Miss B Sade, excuse me, B Sade. We'll let her set it off. Then Jack, we'll go to you. Then I'm going to follow it up with something I think both of y'all are going to disagree with, but we shall see.
I'm just going to say I'm technically just here for the music, but there's no, like, I'm actually shocked to hear you say that Family Matters, like, that you even thought that was a response originally that put Kendrick on the map. Like, I'm shocked. Nice try, Drake. Like, I definitely feel like Drake has the fan base. He has the power. He kind of has like that reach. And people are willing to die on a hill for Drake, knowing good and well lyrically and what's going on. Kendrick will more than likely win. But again, I'm here for it. I'm here for the music. I'm glad that even though they're both talking that shit, I'm glad that they're putting it into music.
Right.
So
right.
That's my take.
I definitely agree with Britt. I'm glad this is real rap beef. This is how it's supposed to go. Keep it on wax, keep it moving, go for the jugular. We all come from the back of the day, joning on each other. So we already know what it is, but Family Matters, it was cool. I like that Kendrick made Drake step up his game. So I did like that. So I did like the comeback of Family Matters, but Kendrick was waiting. Kendrick's got probably stuff lined up, like what he gonna do? Oh, okay, let me press this button real quick.
Yeah.
And keep it
rapper. It just took a little bit of time. I think Drake had to have other pens in the room. But again, I love Drake, I love Kendrick, but you gotta call it like you see it.
Yes.
And now here's my controversial take. Well, first let's give Kendrick his flowers because I don't want to go too far because we haven't had an episode in a week. I did an episode of Lyric Breakdown last week, but that 616 with 616 in Cali, the timestamp, which is a Drake style, 616 being Tupac's birthday, 616 being Father's Day this year. There's a Bible verse that 616 is about demons and shit. Kendrick went to the bottom of the ocean with all this shit. And I respect, where my round of applause that, goddammit? Because the amount of thought Kendrick put into every detail. Like Drake had made a comment on one of his songs, like, you better have a quintuple entendre, some shit I don't even understand. You come back against me. And what did Kenny do? Like, quadruple entendre. He did it. Like, he did it. The album covers, the pictures, the backstory. I mean, style points alone, this will be a slaughter. If you go by style points, it will be Kendrick 100, Drake 0. Well, maybe not 0, but it would be pretty bad. Lyrically, I think it's pretty even, song-wise, up and down, but I do really think Family Matters. I want people to listen to that song in your leisure. Just go back and listen to the whole thing. Because the stuff he's saying in there, I mean, it's some body blows. It's some knock you to your feet type shit. But Kendrick knew it was coming. If you go back to Kendrick's first 2 songs, he said, if you say that shit, I'm going to kill somebody you love. Like, he literally said that, like, I will shoot them. If you say what I think you're going to say, I'm going to shoot somebody in your family. He didn't mean lyrically. He mean, I'm like, why is Kendrick threatening to kill Drake's family over a rap battle? What does he think Drake going to say? Because he kept repeating it. If you say that thing, I'm going to kill somebody you love. And I'm like, and people are like, Kendrick is so smart. I'm like, Kendrick is threatening to murder him on a song. This is a threat, dog. right. I'm like, he's threatening this nigga. Like, everybody think it's lyrical.
He said it so eloquently.
He did.
He did.
He did.
And that's what I think is fucking a lot of people up, because people aren't really processing this. They got their own biases, their own favorites, and they're going through the lens of their favorite. I don't have a favorite, so I don't have any bias in it. I'm looking at it straight up, and I'm like, why does Kendrick keep threatening him? And that's what made me think that whatever Drake was going to say is going to be real. Because why is Kendrick so afraid of him saying it? You know what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick said multiple, like, to me, if I was Drake, I would have been said it, because I'm like, this dude obviously is afraid I'm going to say it. He is going off about something I might say. You're scared, Kendrick. Why are you so scared? And that's
look at Ross playing. We know why he's scared.
But why he's scared? Oh, we look at Big Boss playing. Get out of here. Get out of here. We're not doing that. Not here conspiracy theories. Not doing it today. So obviously Kendrick was terrified of what Drake was going to say. And that shows a chink in your armor. To me. I ain't scared, but nobody gonna say. So you were scared. Clearly scared. That's a chink. And then as soon as Drake dropped that record, Kendrick dropped the Meet the Grams, the step on that record. The very next day, less than 24 hours later, he dropped Not Like Us, a club banger to step on that record. And I think it worked for most people. But to me, it's like, I'm not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You're not gonna make me forget what Drake said on Family Matters because you dropped 3 songs in a row as soon as he dropped. I'm smarter than that.
I don't think he made it to get the threats. I don't think he made it. Everybody
not the threats. Not the threats. The content of Family Matters. He talked about one of his kids belonging to his best friend, the manager. He talked about He talked about, of course, him beating on his wife. I don't want to say it like only beating on his wife, but I mentioned that earlier. He talked about a lot of the lyrics was fire. He took on a whole crew. Everybody came against him. 20 versus 1. He took on everybody in that song. And then my favorite part, he was like, Kendrick got the song that said, my auntie is a man now. He was like, let me speak to your uncle, the man of the house. I thought that was just disrespectful. But I think it kind of totally shut down, which is smart on Kendrick's part. He did the right thing, but you can't step on that song. To me, I heard it, and I think it did damage. But I might be alone, Brittany. I'm the only one that thinks that.
I mean, it was cute, but it was kind of like, it was cute.
Okay. Well, what do you...
In good Drake fashion. I just feel like Drake is petty, like he was petty, but you have to respect, I guess, the way in which Kendrick kind of does it. Like, even with like mocking him in that fake Canadian accent, like, I don't know. It's a little bit more thought-provoking with Kendrick, and you really have to like listen to understand those quadruple entendres. Whereas Drake is just kind of sort of throwing stuff out there, if that makes sense.
I agree. And that's why Kendrick is the only one that got an episode on this podcast where I did a whole episode breaking down his lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that with Drake. They're pretty straightforward. Yeah. Kendrick, bottom of the ocean.
Right.
So I will say this. At the end of that night, which was Friday, I had Kendrick in the lead. And at the end of the night, I said either Drake tied it or he took a lead somewhere around there, but Drake came back. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday I was at Cinco de Drinko, drunk as hell, and I'm getting my phone blowing up. It's over. Kendrick killed him. And I was like, I didn't like that Meet the Graham song that much. He rapping to his mother. I wasn't feeling it. No, he got a new song with DJ Mustard. He got Mustard on the track. And I'm like, what is, I'm too high. I can't do this right now. I can't do it. What's the song? and I listened to a little bit last night and a little bit this morning. I think Kendrick caught a body. I'm just gonna be straight up. Him breaking down the Atlanta shit and how the settlers came to Atlanta and comparing Drake to that and calling Drake a colonizer. And I believe Drake is a colonizer. So I believed it before he said it. So he just said what I thought in my mind. I'm like, oh shit. And that's what really get me. Like when you're not gonna sway me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a retired rapper, but I'm a rapper. And two, like I got my own opinion. You're not gonna push me in either way. But when you say something that I already thought, and you think it too, and I'm looking at you, you looking at me, and we both looking at Drake. If anybody in rap deserves to be called a colonizer, it's the boy. I mean, and I still like his music, but dog, he goes everywhere, steals their accents. You know what I'm saying? He'll do a Migos song with the Migos flow. He'll do a Lil Baby song with the Lil Baby flow. I'm just like, you are kind of. So I am back to the point where I think that Kendrick is taking the lead, and I think the boy better do something. Because on my scorecard, Kendrick has had the lead most of the time.
But Kendrick is really like a rapper.
Yes,
Like
agreed.
Kendrick is the man for the rap beef. We fuck with Drake. Drake makes great music. Like we already talked about this. Drake makes great music and probably has a wider fan base. But like, are you really like with Kendrick? Like you really think you about to win this beef? Lyric to lyric? Okay.
Look, back to back? No.
Man, I wrote this is what I decided to do. I'm gonna ghostwrite a song for Drake to get back at Kendrick.
I think everybody doing that.
I'm about to write it right now. So,
That already happened with Family Matters. No, he's
That was a good one, Britt.
what am I doing?
like Drake. He didn't write that. Come on.
What you say?
It was good.
Who my jump shot? Oh, that was for you. Man.
And I like the way that, after he did the song, everybody's like, oh, but it's not the beat, it's not a club song. He said, oh, I got one for y'all. Right. Now the clubs are blowing up.
Yes.
They hand dancing and line dancing. Stepping, the frets on this stepping.
The memes are going crazy.
Man, they have my stomach hurting.
No. I have tried to be as objective as I can, champion who people weren't giving enough credit, and then also champion the person who deserved the credit. At this point, I think it just is what it is. Kendrick has taken the control of this, and I don't see a way that Drake gets it back.
Mm-mm.
I heard Joe Budden say do a timestamp record. Drake's 5 o'clock in Minneapolis, 4:20 in California, 8 p.m. in Calabasas. You're gonna have to dig deep and just rip. If I was Drake, I would do a battle I would write a song about the battle. I'd be like, did y'all not hear Family Matters?
The first thing Drake did after that song was try to reach out to their baby mom, like, you better not say shit.
Right. And I don't even think that's like, who cares if Drake got another baby? That's why I didn't like Meet the Grams. I thought it was corny. Like, okay, he got a kid. So fucking what? I'm getting sick of the
point was he hides his kids, hides your kids, hides your wife. That's what he do.
So?
But that's what the fans are looking at, the fact of that.
Right, and that's why I don't respect the fans. So what? Mm-hmm. You don't. If I'm taking care of my child, I don't give a fuck if you know I got a child. Ain't your business. I am hiding my child from you because you're crazy. You think you're entitled to something. I can have 10 kids. It's none of your fucking business. How many kids Jadakiss got? You don't know because it's none of your business. No. How many kids LL got? You don't know. It's none of your business. Why be so invested in Drake kids? What that man dick do? You know what I'm saying? That's not a diss to me. You got a kid you ain't tell us about. That ain't hip hop. What the fuck are you talking about?
But that was just like one little snippet line of the song.
And that's the only thing he responded to. That's the only thing he responded to.
Literally one little thing.
He wrote that girl. He wrote that imaginary girl. He wrote that imaginary girl the whole verse. He wrote that imaginary girl a whole verse. And the joint he wrote to his son, I thought was cold-blooded. I'll raise you, son. He's not a good dad. Don't if somebody pisses, you know, in the story about Drake getting pissed on here in Atlanta. If somebody pisses on you, son, you kill him. Right? I was like, oh shit. Now that was cold fucking blooded. That was cold blooded. Right into the mother and father, that's corny. I don't. The parents. I like the Tupac from the grave rapping to Kendrick, like be a better nigga. Than I liked him rapping to Drake mother. Like I thought the Snoop and the AI song was better than Meet the Grams. I think Meet the Grams is my least favorite out of all the diss tracks. My favorite is Like That. Probably followed by Family Matters, then Euphoria. But Meet the Grams is at the bottom.
I disagree.
Apparently, a few people disagree with me. That's all it took. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the responses and I'm like, I am in the minority. You know what I'm saying? What we got? Meet the Grams was a masterpiece. Why was that a masterpiece? What made it a masterpiece? Because he rapped to somebody's parents?
No, I get it together.
I
mean, a lot of people think that the AI was disrespectful.
I think the AI, I don't look at it as respect and disrespect because Drake wasn't disrespecting Tupac. Like, come on. He was not trying to go, I'm going to do this song and I'm going to diss Tupac. No, he was trying to be, he was being, to me, genius level thought by making Kendrick's idols say they're disappointed because he won't respond. I thought that was genius shit. I don't know how the hell we got into disrespect.
Because you got people that have lost loved ones and they're not, that you don't know how they're healing.
Well, we got children being hidden from the world and we don't know how they feel. And Kendrick talking about outing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're not saying anything about the kids. You're just saying that you hit a child before and you're hiding another one.
He told that boy not to get pissed on. He got to kill the person that pissed on him.
Protect yourself.
No, he said kill the person that pissed on you.
He's saying that Drake
never hurt nobody unless you R. Kelly. No, piss ain't never hurt nobody unless you R. Kelly. So, you know what I'm saying? This nigga's hiding your child. That's fun. That is funny, though. Britt.
I'm reading your face trying to get your thoughts.
I'm reading your mind.
I feel like at this point, I said what I said.
Okay, Kendrick. Be that.
I am here for both songs.
She did say that.
There is no way that you're gonna sit here and say that you said Meet the Grams was like low tier.
Out of all the songs that came out, I got that down there with probably Push-Ups. Well, let me ask you this. What do you think the best song that came out of this was? Give me your two best songs that came out of this.
Two best songs? Not Like Us and Meet the Grams.
I like Euphoria.
Me too.
Euphoria is probably my number one.
Okay.
And the other two with Jack, it's a tie. I don't know. I can't pick.
What was the worst song that came out of it?
Worst?
Because the timeline is Like That, Push-Ups, Euphoria. No, Push-Ups, Tailor Made, Euphoria, Family Matters, Meet the Grams, Not Like Us.
I can't even really remember Push-Ups.
Yeah, it was kind of forgettable to me. But that's the one that said, Metro, set your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
Oh. Okay.
I don't remember that one.
All right, well, so is it over? Is there anything Drake can do?
I mean, I hope he should probably respond. But at a certain point, he should probably respond, but also at a certain point, it's just like you're just going to have to respect the fact that this man is lyrically better than you. Period. So it can keep going. I'm here for it. Like I said, I am here for it. But at some point, somebody is going to have to accept defeat.
Right.
Quick last question on this before we move on. If it's true that Drake is a pedophile, like Kendrick alleges, where does that put him? And if it's true that Kendrick beats his wife, where does that put him? See how she said it's over with for Drake immediately?
It's gonna be no.
Kendrick?
I didn't. You didn't let me. I said it's over for both of them. Anytime you go through a rap beef and they say something and you get receipts that shoot you down, you're shot down.
Yeah. I haven't seen any receipts. Like, people are still like, where are the receipts of Kendrick beating his wife? Now, as far as Drake, yeah, we can argue. Well, just because he has underage women around and at the shows and concerts, et cetera, that means nothing. Okay, fine. You know what I mean? But how many rappers or entertainers or anybody do you know that invites women specifically? Now, there are some times, because I have been the homegirl, right? But how often does that happen? And she's just there, just chilling.
I do want to say this, and I don't want to. I told my boy, I said they're gonna make me defend Drake tonight. I'm not even on Drake's side. I'm on Kendrick's side, but I knew how this was gonna go. What I'll say is, Drake has been linked to a bunch of women in their early 20s. He hasn't been linked to anybody underage, for the record. I personally think that if you're 38, you should not be really kicking it with a 21-year-old. That's my own opinion. It's not illegal though, but I do feel the way about Drake. I do look at that and I kind of go, what's up with dude? So I'm not defending that, because I was questioning it before the battle. I was like, get him with that young girl shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you always with young girls? But I just find it odd that nobody is questioning whether or not Kendrick beat his wife. It's almost like
people have questioned, but people also, they're saying, where are the receipts? Nobody can produce them. Right. Nobody can produce receipts. If you can openly say you beat on your wife, not you have hit your wife before, but like you beat on your wife, nobody has come out to say anything. And yes, the word pedophile is used very loosely when people talk about, but I think obviously it's a rap beef. It's going to be a little bit more heated, but I think the concept of what Kendrick was saying is more so, why are you not acting your age? And that's a whole other topic. And I don't even want to get in it, because we'll be here all night, of why men that are 38, 40 plus 50, what interests you about a 21 or even a 25-year-old, right? We can say, well, they're legally adults, but that needs to be there's some unpacking there. And we kind of touched on this about another episode. So yes, are there receipts for Drake being a pedophile by definition? No. But are there receipts of Drake dealing with women that should be considerably children to him? Yeah, he has. And a lot of men have done it. So I'm not trying to say it's just against Drake, but if you're asking a question, I'm just answering it. And again, I like Drake. I like Kendrick. I mean, I listen to Drake's music. If Drake invited me to a show, I would probably come, But if he asked me, do you think Kendrick is whooping my ass? I'm probably going to get kicked off, because I have to tell the truth. I might hit him with you doing really good, but so, I think that was more of what was being meant when he said that.
Okay. Now, moving on, I do have, and I'm so scared to hear Brittany answer. Oh, we are going to change subjects. Well, before we change subjects, I'm going to do my public apology. J. Cole, after seeing what these niggas have said about each other, and all of these skeletons is coming out of the closet, I understand why
an apology.
So I want to apologize to J. Cole. I now understand, because I wouldn't want to be in this gossipy shit either. And that's something I think we forget. The other day I was like, this is some mean girl shit. These niggas, Kendrick and Drake, are just snitching on each other. This is gossip girl shit. This ain't my rap battles. This is some gossip girl shit. I heard you did this, I heard you did that, I heard you like this sucker shit. But having said that, enjoy the battle. J. Cole, my bad. I get it now. And Lord, moving on. I spied a post a few days ago that I was confused as to where it came from or why it existed. And it was women explaining to a guy or men why they would choose a bear over a man. And at first I was like, what context is this? And then I was told the story. You're supposedly in the woods or in a forest. And I guess you just look up and you either see a bear there or a man you don't know there, and you have to decide which one is the least threatening, which one you feel like you get the best chance to survive against. And I was like, well, it's obvious that human, right? Because bears are about 1,300 pounds, average man's 200 pounds. Bears can run 35 miles per hour, average man runs about 6 miles per hour. Bears have claws and teeth, and men have vulnerable balls. You can kick a man in his nuts and get away. Obviously, you would rather fight a man than a bear. And the women were like, no. Have you seen the statistics? Men rape women at an alarming rate of 5 to something, and and a bear never raped a woman. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Where my drop at? I was like, did she say the bear never raped a woman?
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
And I was just like, I don't understand how you can feel safer it's a wild animal. You can't talk to it. You can't reason with it. If it's a man, maybe you can cry and he'll back up. I don't know. And they were like, well, the bears don't attack humans on trails unless it's like a bad bear or a mean bear. But men rape women. I was like, no, men don't rape women. Bad men and evil men rape women. Why do you assume that the bear's going to be this good bear and the man's going to be this menace? I know you don't see that that's what you're doing. You don't understand the statistics. Statistically, women get attacked more by men than bears. Well, duh, bitch. Like, how often do you hang with a bear? You have to be around the thing in order to be attacked by it. That's like the black on black crime. Black people kill more people than anybody else. Kill more black people. Well, that's because we're in the same neighborhood. So do Asian people. So do white people kill more white people. That's what they live with. Black people kill more black people in it. That's what they live with. Asian people kill. Chinese people in China are killing way more Chinese people than black or white because that's what they're around. But women, and then it hit me, and this is where I'm going to turn it over to y'all to shut up. I was like, oh, this isn't really about this question. This is about you having a platform to say how much you hate men because you don't really think I'm more of a threat than a bear. I know you don't think that, but this is your opportunity to say all the things men do wrong violently, which we should speak on. Fuck them weak ass dudes. We should get Kendrick on them and take him out the game. But you can't feel safer with a bear than a man. And I just refuse to believe that. But I want to hear y'all perspective because it's blew my women argued me like, oh, you just don't get it. And I'm like, I don't get that you feel safer with the. You're right, I don't. Help. I don't get it.
Come on, Britt.
Why are we having this conversation?
I didn't make it up.
I'll say this. I think that obviously it was more so, it was not as literal as you're trying to reason. And I don't necessarily think it was just a platform for women. Like it's really bad because when men have so many things to say about what women can change, it's the women aren't listening. But when women talk about their experiences with men, now it's men bashing. And I just think that there has to be some type of level of like, if we're sitting here, because you just said, well, bears don't rape women. Well, of course not. Bears aren't around. Da 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 da. Still doesn't make it any less true of what they were saying and the reason why they would trust the bear. And of course, it was hypothetical. So I think that it's just an opportunity to hear women and their experiences with men, and not even just being raped. Men are rude. Men, even to turn a man down when you are not interested, women are now scared to do that. So when you say this innocent man that you don't know, When I tell you, it is becoming a thing now when a man asks like for your number, even being a woman in a relationship, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know how this individual is going to take me saying no. So there's a lot more to consider when, you know, the ridiculousness of would you trust a bear over a man? Yeah, that's kind of funny. That's ridiculous. But when you really break down women's experiences with men, and not just as, you know, I hate that we had to go all the way to the extreme of saying that men will rape women, but even not even going that far, you just don't know. And a lot of times, not just with men that you are familiar with, but especially with strange men. So it's just something to consider.
Yeah, and I think that there's an opportunity in that question for a woman to say, you know, I'm gonna choose a man, but let me tell you about y'all a little bit, because I ain't choosing all y'all. Depends on the man or something. But to use that opportunity to just blanket men as rapists and dangerous, this is kind of like, that's why I say it was an opportunity for them to speak out against men. Because that the question was silly, and it should have stayed in this silly place. No, yeah. I'm not trusting a bear over a man. He's a human. No. But I considered it because all the crap y'all been doing to us for the last 400, you know, whatever. Before Jackie, I'm gonna let you jump in.
I think when you have an extremity of comparisons, it's always some underlying things. You can look at it as that they might feel more protected. Not in the sense of the bear, but just more protected because women don't date bears. We've never been attacked by bears, so we don't know the experience, but we do know the experience of a man. So I think they were speaking from that, but I think the extremity of comparing a bear to a man, it's ridiculous, but I do see why some women are agreeing with being more protected by a bear than a man.
I could never see that.
Have you seen Jungle Book?
Right.
That's a little kid thing where the little Tarzan was in the woods and stuff. I haven't seen it. I'm old as hell. I think I might have read the book when I was 5.
That bear protected him.
Or a bear protected them. Well, I mean, I like Winnie the Pooh and Smokey the Bear. Shit. I like some bears.
We just named 3.
Right.
Man.
Moving on.
Men and women talk. Men and women talk. Just talk and figure it out, y'all. Figure it out. Just figure it out, man.
Yeah. I just wish that there were more platforms for the open and being willing to understand conversation. I think the reason why there's so much yelling back and forth is because men want to be heard, women want to be heard. Both ends have their own points. They make good points about either side because at the end of the day, we're humans. There's things that women can learn and men can learn, but I think
I'll bear witness. One of my boys in DC name is Bear.
That is hilarious. But I do feel like there's more of an opportunity for people to have the conversation, wanting to have an understanding rather than just laying out their transgressions. So I will agree with that, but you still can't take away from people's experiences. So what they were saying was not untrue, but why did we have to go to that extreme? But that's also something to unpack, though.
You know what? I think you just. I understand what women have experienced based on the information I've been given, and I would not invalidate that. I consider myself a champion to all LGBTQIA as well. I'm an ally. I'm a champion. I was the first. This was the first show I know of that was attacking the Me Too movement the way we did 7-8 years ago. However, I think that it's a time and place for everything. I think if you say, "Man, we got to have a talk," we're still afraid of y'all. Y'all still doing too much. That's one conversation. But when you say, "I would trust a bear over you," we're not gonna have a productive conversation after that. That conversation ain't gonna be good. It's like when one thing that still pisses me off to this day, it was, I think they called Two Smart Brothers, and they wrote a blog where they said the straight black men were the white men of our race. And I was like, we didn't oppress anybody. We didn't change anybody's value, norm, religion, culture, moral, God, language. We didn't enslave anybody. We didn't do that to black to gay black men. We didn't do it to black women. You can't call me that because me personally, I hate white men for what they have done. This is news view. Only new. So when you tell me that you view me as the enemy, why would I can't date you. I can't even respect you. You think I'm the white men of our race? There's nothing I can do with you. Because I know how I view my oppressor. I'm not dating my oppressor. My oppressor can't smooth talk me into getting in bed. My oppressor can't get my phone number. So if I'm your oppressor, then you should not be dating black men. Because we're not your fucking oppressor. It's too extreme. It's like they paint the picture so you can say, wow, black men have had some advantages and we feel that you don't always consider us and we're tired of it and we really want you guys to take a look in the mirror or we're gonna have to make some changes. But calling me the white men of our race is not the same. It's a cartoonish explanation of it. Men, we do feel threatened around y'all, and this is a problem that needs to be addressed weekly on every show. Okay, cool. I trust a bear more than you. No. You went too far. Now it's cartoonery. You know, that's the man perspective.
Yeah, and I think that I would challenge you that when you see things or have those generalizations, if you can't relate to it, I wouldn't take offense to it. There's so many times where, well, why don't black men date black women? Well, we're angry and we're this and we're that. And it's like, I can't relate. So I'm not going to take that on. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to look at it from both ends. You're taking it that way from that extreme with the bear and men because you are a man. You're taking, well, black men are, the white, whatever you just said, right? But there's so many things that as women, we have stereotypically, especially as black women, that we just have to, well, it doesn't occur to me, or I can't relate to that. I got to let it roll off my shoulder. If I got upset every time a black man said something about a black woman, I probably wouldn't want to date black men if I internalized it either. So I think that I just want to say, is it necessarily right when you say things to make generalizations? I think when people are speaking and they're kind of speaking from their own situations, their own lens, frame of reference, even, it's really easy for us to just say black men, not, well, the black men I've dealt with, or a lot of black men that I have talked about or observed. So I try not to, if I'm having the conversation with the person, I'll question it. I'll say, well, all black women, or all black men, because sometimes it's just, we're talking and we're not being, I guess, correct. We're not saying things as correctly as we should.
Agreed.
I agree 100%. I think the world would be a better place if we were the thought leaders in this space. Because I've said that to women the other day, and they were like, all men, you all, I'm like, whenever you say all, you lost me. It's never all. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, all the men are women that they've dated.
Then let's just say that. That's not what they say.
But they're in their world. They're not in your world. They're in their world. They're speaking of all the men.
I think that's the issue.
If they all men, it could be all men that they've dated. But they're not specified.
Say what you're saying. I think you got cut off. Say it again.
I said sometimes when people speak, like you're speaking from your experience. So you might say all men because all the men that you dated have been that way. All women that a man has probably dated have been that way. So in his mind,
that's all the women.
Right.
Yeah. To me, that's an intelligence handicap that you can't see beyond your world. You would speak only your world with a level of ignorance that doesn't speak to the entire world. You know what I'm saying? All men I dated cheated on me, so all men are dogs. That is an emotional unintelligence. That's not true. One is factually incorrect. True is all based on emotion. And three is devoid of intelligence.
Yeah. Well, that's why, I listen to people. If they say, in my opinion, there's nothing I can do about that because that is their opinion. And sometimes I will, like I said, sometimes it's a moment, right? When somebody speaks that way, it's like, are you talking about from your frame of reference, or do you really think all of whatever category you're talking about fits this? And a lot of times, if you were to do that, a lot of times, not every time, but most times people will check back and be like, okay, not all. A lot of times people will do that. So.
All right. Well, choose the bear. Good luck. Good luck, ladies, with the bear.
Hey, from my experience, the Bears have taken great care.
Hey, if that's your opinion, there's nothing I can say. Oh man. Now this, ooh man.
It's the mayor.
Oh man. I think this was one of the first people that Jackie met when she moved to the United States. Former President Donald Trump. He says he wants to give our police department or the police their power back. And he wants to give them immunity from prosecution so that they can take over the streets. This is giving the teachers guns in the schools in Louisiana. This is giving all police, because not all police are bad. Not all, But in my experience, all police are bad. But neither here nor there. That's giving them carte blanche over our lives. And as a person who's public police enemy number one, as a black man in America, I'm like, you giving them motherfuckers all the power? And they can't even be prosecuted no matter what they do? That feels like a direct affront to me. That don't feel like this is for the country. That don't feel like this is because of the crime rate. That feels like, let's get them niggas. What are y'all thoughts, Britt?
I probably would not say it that way. But I do feel like when it comes to giving police immunity, right? And when you think about only the stories that we've heard, because there's so many more that we don't even hear about. But when you think about the stories and who is involved, usually it's an African American, or a minority person that has been harmed, killed by a police officer. So yes, that is a very dangerous game. And I think that is even more serious than thinking about giving teachers guns in the school for protection. But why, if police officers are really serving and protecting and doing their duty correctly, what is the requirement or what is the need for immunity?
Right.
So
somehow that is correct.
Yeah, definitely a question mark there.
Absolutely. hey, Jackie, you see this shit? You see this shit, man? You see this shit? They're trying to get the police immunity.
Right. I think he needs to put more energy and more effort, time, and money into training these police officers correctly, making them go through a mental check. Also getting them physically fit. A lot of these police officers aren't fit. So I'll run after you. But this
Jackie's trying to get a job working out the police. She's getting the police in shape.
I think that it's just the wrong direction. It's just the wrong direction. And I just think he needs to focus on strengthening the police as far as making sure they're having mental checks. Because a lot of them, everybody's dealing with mental wellness right now. Everybody's having issues. And if you have police officers that are being triggered, been bullied while they was younger by a black man or what have you, been bullied, period, it's going to filter into and spill into their work.
I agree. And at this point, based on what I've experienced with racist cops, and I think it's a rite of passage for young niggas. That just is what it is. I've had way too many experiences with racist police officers, aggressive police officers, somewhat crooked police officers. It's just, it's my experience. And at this point, I would rather my neighborhood be policed by bears. I don't want racist cops. I would rather have bears. I feel safer with bears
You know what?
than I would a white cop. This is how I feel.
It is a never-ending cycle, though, because, I mean, what is a Caucasian man when it comes to having some type of strife? Is a Caucasian man probably a little bit intimidated by a black man? Probably. But based on what a black man has seen when it comes to a Caucasian cop, are they probably going to be more on the defense and scared themselves and react in that way? Yes. So now you have two people that are wanting to do something before the other person can. So even outside of like, it being racism, I think that it has a lot to do as well with, well, a white man is not afraid or intimidated by another white man. But when he sees this black man and understands, to Jackie's point, if I were to try to go toe to toe, hand to hand, probably not going to win. Well, now let me utilize my power more forcefully. And I think that's what needs to be unpacked. And these cops need to understand that no, not all black, even though we see some of these videos and it's like, well, why was he being, aggressive with the cop in the first place? He knows what could happen. Well, he's scared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had so many different situations with police. Majority of the time, I have been docile. Yes, sir. License, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. If you want me to, sir. If you don't want me to, sir. But there have been times where I was too angry to be scared. And I looking back on those times, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm so glad they did not kill me. Because when I was younger, your mortality is seen differently. I'm like, man, fuck y'all always fucking with us for no month. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that today. It's almost like buck training, buck breaking. I have seen so many black men be killed for no reason that I couldn't fathom speaking to a cop that way that I would in my 20s. I just couldn't even, the words probably ain't coming out. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a form of buck breaking. Like I am Mr. Fuck the police my whole life until like 30, and now I'm Mr. Yes, sir. Oh, no, sir. Did y'all see the video of Jim Jones fighting in the airport?
Yes.
So he was fighting two white guys. I don't know exactly what happened, but somebody was taping it on their phone. I mean, they were fighting, going up and down the escalator. When the police showed up, the white guys were still jumping up and down and trying to, because they was pretty much jumping them. Jim Jones went and sat down, put his hand in his lap and just sat quietly. While the police were trying to get everything under control, he sat there quietly. That's just training as a black man. It's police around, sit the fuck down and shut up. That's just our training now. It's wild.
Because if the roles were switched, because the way that white man was acting, when the police finally did get there, if that was a black man, he would have got slammed on
in
the
airport.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd been a fair case.
Yes.
Man, have you guys seen the Cat Williams special?
I haven't.
I haven't seen it either. I keep hearing it's not good.
We got to talk about that the next time.
Exactly. I'm gonna watch it tonight. But it was live. It was like the Chris Rock joint on Netflix. So he did a live event. So, it could have been a mistake or something. He could have messed up somewhere, I'm not sure. Or it could have been funny as hell and people just be, just talking. But I am going to check that out. I'm still watching X-Men 97, which is a cartoon adaptation of the X-Men series that ended in 96. I don't read comic books, so everything I knew about the X-Men came from that cartoon. And this is, the continuation of the final season. So I'm loving that shit. My inner boy is watching that and being all happy and cheery and jolly and shit. Black boy joy, don't knock it. And that is all I'm watching on BMF. I'm waiting for the season finale of BMF. That's really all I'm watching. I work too much. I can't see shit. What y'all watching?
Definitely BMF. Definitely.
Well, Jackie, you in BMF, so
here we go.
That's like watching a home video.
I'm telling you, if some folks come to my house, I'm gonna send them to yours, okay?
Send them to the bear cave.
I am watching. I just started this. It's called. I'll be watching like old documentaries, but it's called talk about neighbors. So these neighbors, they just have different series about these neighbors that go deaths. I mean, they shooting at each other, they burn each other's houses down. It's extreme, but it shows, it's sad because it shows a lot of the time the police, the laws, they don't have laws for that. So a lot of the time they've gone to get restraining orders, been denied. trying to get harassment, been denied, and eventually someone passes away or somebody gets killed in one of the families. And then, of course, the family that stays or the one that did the shooting, they're torturing the family and harassing the family. It's crazy. But
These
it's
white
stuff
people ain't it?
keeping your lawn, putting up a fence. So it's nothing extreme to where you just like, I gotta kill this person. I'm killing my neighbor. But it's crazy.
White people?
White and black.
White and black. Oh
And
shit.
there's one where there's a guy, he's a cop, and he uses that he gets actually off the force because he did so much damage, but he was using his police badge as leverage.
Sounds like something Brittany would do. Yeah. So what you watching, Britt? Nothing?
Not right now. If BMF comes on, I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing I can say right now that I've been paying attention to. I've been doing a lot of like studying and reading in my
Ain't nothing
spare.
wrong with that. Give me one of the books you're reading.
Oh, it's the ABA CTFA exam. Preparation book right now.
All right, okay. Well, I'll throw this out here. This is the most recent book that I've been reading. It's Sell or Be Sold: How to Get Your Way in Business and in Life by Grant Cardone. And I really want to finish this book on Stoicism by Robert Greene. I think I'm moving towards like the Stoicism way of looking at the world, a Stoic's view. So those are two books that I've been going back and forth with. Jack, what you reading? How to Do 100 Sit-Ups in 3 seconds. What you been reading?
I am reading a lot of fitness stuff right now.
I knew it.
Because I'm putting fitness programs together. So I'm really big on protein and veggies and the best exercises to, tone up your voluptuousness. So that's what I'm reading on. Just educating myself. And I had to do a couple of courses for my reader certification. So I've been on that.
I love it.
Cool. Well, again, congratulations, Britt, on launching of your YouTube channel. What is the channel?
Gems and Tips with B Sade.
Gems and Tips with B Sade. And the first video will be available
March 13th, but you can go ahead and look at the sneak peek on YouTube and subscribe now.
Boom. Now I'm gonna go grab the sneak peek off YouTube and post it here too, so y'all it'll be readily available. You have a quick link to her page. And congratulations on the event. It was fun. It was lit. We had a good time. Pictures and everything will be up Monday. If you listen to this on Monday, go to my page, go to any of our pages. Pictures will be up. It'll be up.
Tomorrow.
I want to thank y'all for tuning in and celebrating this episode here with us. Drake, you gotta do something, man. Go get a bear. Go get a bear, Drake. Go get a bear. I don't know what to do. Get a bear. Or police. Do something.
Because he's gonna be tired. If he in a club, he's gonna be like, man, this song again.
And they played. They showed
Imagine that.
They showed how the song was going off in New York. And they're like, New York is crip walking to Kendrick's song. Like, Drake, you're losing.
Yeah.
So figure it out, Drake. We'll stay tuned to all the battles. Anything happens, I'll be sure to upload a video or something, a recapture of something.
Replay value.
That's a throwback. That's a toss back. It appears Kendrick got all the replay value. People just walking and line dancing and stepping, not like us. Matter of fact, that's how we're going to get up out of here. We can get out of here to K-Dap. Anything before we go?
Make this your best week. Best version of yourself.
Boom.
And I'm going to say you can do anything. And my new way to say goodnight is in the Igbo language because, I'm Nigerian because I got my 23andMe test. So I'm Nigerian of the Igbo tribe. And it is Kachifu. Kachifu means may we all wake up tomorrow.
I love that.
So as we send you out of here, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Watch the Cat Williams or watch the cartoon or watch one of them crazy documentaries Jackie be watching or BMF. See if you see Jackie and Brittany in the background at Magic City. Just see if you see them. They might be there. Just see. But if we don't talk to you again tonight, Kachifo, maybe we all wake up tomorrow.
Bye, y'all.
How many options you really got? I mean, there's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body. I'm John Stockton.
What you about to get into?
The live ended already?
Oh,